What should people expect as we go forward after we're just talking about these historic highs being hit by a lot of these indexes?
Well, I think these historic highs are something that we should have actually expected, right? Expectations were very low coming out of earnings season, and a lot of companies really knocked the cover off of the ball. So aside from the fact that we're seeing tremendous rallies in the tech sector, we're also seeing other companies really coming through the second quarter, which we would have expected to not have performed as well, really coming through okay. And they're creating some things that we would like to see, which are operational improvements. Margins are improving, and you're seeing record growth on the top line. I'm really excited to see what the second half of the year really brings forward.
So the first half of the year was all about tech and healthcare. What sectors do you see performing and outperforming in the second half?
Well, honestly, I don't think we see a trend divergence from what we saw in the first half of the year. Tech is going to continue to rally, in my opinion. You're going to see healthcare continue to rally. I think we're going to see some breadth, however, as we look at the third and fourth quarter in the back half of this year in the markets. You're going to see, I think, some industrials come back. We've seen consumer staples do well, just given the work from home and the unfortunate situation that we have here with the pandemic. I think consumer staples are going to continue to rally into the second half of the year, though some think, oh, we're going to see a pullback and you're not going to see the Cloroxes of the world and the Colgates do better. I do believe that you're going to see those names also perform better as we move into the second half of the year. And again, a broadening of the breadth into the back half of the year.
Speaking of that broadening, we had a guest on earlier who said he really sees the Russell 2000 poised to pop with a lot of those small cap and mid cap names possibly seeing a boost as people get back to work and kind of get back to living their normal life for the recovery. Where do you see the Russell 2000 and those small and mid cap names going forward?
I would like to see, again, as we get the virus hopefully under control, or at least have a better way forward as we look at the pandemic, you're going to see that rally in the small cap names, in some of the mid cap names. I think personally the safer bet, and at Loop Capital, we cover a lot of small and mid cap names from a research perspective. From a protection perspective, I think as you can couple some of those small cap and mid cap names with some of the large cap names, so some of the suppliers to some of the Apples of the world, to some of the larger tech names, you'll then kind of have a little bit of protection in the space. So I do like some small and mid cap names as we go into the back half of the year, assuming that we get some protection from and some better news out of the virus with the vaccine.
Any thoughts on transports? I mean, they've had 4 positive weeks in the last 5. Obviously, that includes companies like UPS and FedEx. They've seen a big boost from e-commerce. And as we all continue to buy things online, a lot of those trucking names as well should benefit. How do you see those benefiting or maybe not benefiting as we continue this recovery?
100%. I've been a fan of UPS for many, many months now. It's been my final trade on a number of shows on the network. UPS, FedEx, maybe to a lesser extent, JB Hunt, a lot of the truckers we're high on. So I think, you are going to continue to see those names rally as well. Again, it's people are working from home, and I don't think the economy is going to fully be reopened by the end of 2020. We're going to see, I think, a move and a shift towards that. We're going to shift towards a new normal. But think about those names that are going to benefit from that, and not just benefiting from kind of this new normal with the UPS and shipping all those Amazon packages to my home that my husband is annoyed with. They have great management. I mean, Carol Tomei doing an incredible job. Again, let's look at coupling the unfortunate and hopefully fortunate situation that we're going to have from an economic recovery perspective in the second half of the year with sound management, sound financial controls, and improvements around financial controls and improvements around operating margins with some of these companies. And those are the names you really want to be in. I do like some of the trends that we've seen in financials, particularly in payments. Again, coupling that with tech. I really do like the Square of the world. I like PayPal, and I like them into not just the back half of the year as a short-term trade, but just from a fundamental shifting of the new normal that we're going to see. I think those companies are poised to do very, very well going forward.